Downward cut in the other direction. Go here, pull it out. He soccer kicks the guy in the face. Now I just gotta make sure, as an action performer, that when I'm doing a one-handed technique like this, today we are recreating the epic finishing moves from Jedi Survivor as closely as possible. We are here on the beautiful UCLA college campus in Los Angeles, California, and these movements are super technical, detailed, and accurate, so we gotta make sure we're paying attention to nail these sequences. He just does a big lunging strike. Boom. So boom, bind over, and then boom.
This weapon is your life.
He's like fighting like a rancor or something. This is violent. And so he ducks under this guy's swipe, cuts him in the stomach once, ducks again, cuts again, and then he like does this like almost like a boxing roll, and then he cuts him kind of up and at an angle. And then what's cool is he does this jumping like 180, brings this right knee up in the air, and then boom, cuts through. And it's like these big, wide, like one-arm swings. It's a little wild. It still looks cool, but compared to the other really technical stuff, this is gonna be a little different. 1, 2, duck, 3, and then, boom. Okay. Boom. 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 And he does this like baseball bat, like upward swing, throws it off, brings him on point, and then he steps and hits this nice like standing up position as he cuts through. Boom, with it above his head like this, like boom, so that if he needed to continue, he could bring it down to another strike. This one's cool. Kind of a 5A block, and he binds him over this way. And then he side kicks the guy until he's airborne. Literally kicks the guy into the air. And then while the guy's in the air, boom, cuts him in half with the saber. The sauce, man, the sauce. The sauce on these finishers. What's really important is his sidekick, he chambers it. He makes it really obvious. That's what's actually really cool. What I figured out, what I really like about these finishers, they really show the moves before they happen. If they're gonna do a cut, they do a big wind up and they show the move and then they cut. And this sidekick, that guy brings his legs in. You see that his leg is chambered, and then he throws out that sidekick. Like, they really bring them up here to show you what's gonna happen next, which is really cool. 5A block, parries the guy over, chambers. I think it's just a single arm. Boom, single arm cut. And as he cuts, this is an important detail, as he cuts, he does a flourish here once he's finished. So it's not just a cut through, he adds, again, more of that sauce, that boom, that flourish over his head. Bam, so cool. Man, that happens fast. That's fast. Throws it off, stabs through, and then throws him down, and then steps through. So 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. Oh, dude! He straight up does this baseball bat swing up and through. And this is so cool. I love this in sword work. They put the sword above their head and they spin, but they don't spin the sword with them. Like, you could do like a spinning move over your head, but I think it's so cool when they just bring it up and they spin and then they boom. And that's exactly what this is. That's so nice. Just boom. That's cool. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Let me make sure I get my steps right. He literally steps over with his right and then he strikes with his left. Footwork. Can't forget the footwork. Like a ballerina. Like toodaloo. I'm not a ballerina. Also, these combat boots do not make stepping and twisting easy. These are very heavy. I wore the wrong shoes today. And he finishes with it here by his side. Bam. Not like down in front. He's kind of got this like forward posture on the strike a little bit. So he's not full upright, just hinging at the hips to really show the power and the weight behind that strike. Boom. Yeah, that's cool. So he's doing this high, like sweeping block in front of him, and then he, this is just rude, man. He sweeps the guy's leg. He switches the grip. That's the dopest part. He switches the grip and then drops down and stabs the guy through. That's so sick. That's a great finisher. You could do like a finger twirl to switch the grip, but it's way cooler to actually throw it up in the air, re-grab, and then stab. So that's what we're gonna do. He catches the blade here, or the weapon here, and he throws it off like that. Pulls back here to keep him on point, and then he does a back cut here. As he's spinning, he goes one, and then he cuts again, and he spins through, and he backhands the guy. He backhands the guy. 1, 2, backhand. You don't want to get backhanded by a Jedi. That's when you know you've done something wrong, where instead of using their lightsaber, they just clock you in the face with their fist. I think this first one is as he's stepping forward. So it's 1, and then he steps as he cuts, and then boom, spins through again. So it's 1, 2, 3, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Now I just gotta make sure, as an action performer, that when I'm doing a one-handed technique like this, that's this cut, this double cut here, that my opposite hand isn't doing nothing, because it looks really stupid if this hand is dead by your side and you just do something like that. It doesn't matter how much control you have with your active hand. If your passive hand is doing nothing, it makes the whole thing look stupid. So I've got to make sure that I'm using this arm, boom, and then as I cut through, it's just doing something. It's just doing something. Stabs him up through the chin. That's great. Oh, he kind of brings it actually behind him. That's interesting. Thrusts up and then steps through and does a double arm, double-handed cut this way. Is he doing a flourish over his head or no? So I'm looking at to see if as he's spinning, if he's doing a flourish into the cut, or if he's just spinning and then cutting, and he's just spinning and cutting. So I'm overthinking it by trying to add that flourish. Okay, all right, we got this. We got this. This one is so cool. I'm very excited to do this one. He does this jumping spin, downward angled cut. Kind of sucks for me because I prefer to spin to the left, but hey, I guess if you're a Jedi, you gotta be able to spin both directions. And then the rest of it, 3 really strong two-handed cuts. So this first cut, he boom, and he cuts down and actually cuts through. It ends up behind him. Brings it up, 1, 2, boom, down the middle. That's great. And again, he kind of hits this nice like bow stance, like forward stance when he does it. Very martial, which is so cool. Big, strong, boom, bam, boom. Very powerful blade strokes. Strong cuts, boom. 1, 2, 3. And then, okay. this one's interesting. He keeps his right foot forward the whole time, and he does one downward cross strike, and he actually has a blaster in his other hand, but I don't have a blaster. But he comes, he does this one strike here, downward cut in the other direction, and he hits this, like from the back perspective, he hits this nice shape here where you can see this arm out and then this arm out. So it's like he's doing like these X's kind of thing. And then he stabs his saber in, turns around, and then boom, cuts up the middle. That's wicked. That's wicked. Whew, all right. Bring it up. He soccer kicks the guy in the face, just like boom. It's not even like a technical like martial kick. He straight up just boots the guy in the head. That's hilarious. Not what I would call a Jedi move, but it's violent. Soccer kicks him, thrusts him in the face, pulls it up, brings it under, and then stabs back behind him. If he really wanted to be dirty, he could go here, pull it out, and then do one final down cut. That's what I would have done. That's really cool. That's really cool. This Jedi does not mess around. I gotta check, see if he's got his right foot in the back when he thrusts or his left foot. He's got his right foot, so he steps back. So yeah, I was right foot forward before, but now I can be right foot back, which gives me more stabbing room. Details. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, we're rolling. I just wanted to get you looking around.
I know you gamers are probably like, Omar, why didn't you do the rest of the finishers with the staff and the dual wielding? And don't worry, part 2 of this is coming next week, so make sure that you're subscribed to see that if you're into superhero and movement type content like this, because I know that this stuff, learning movement and learning physical skills, has absolutely transformed my life. So I would encourage you guys to go outside, go grab a stick, go find a broom, go find something, and then go learn these skills. As always, I believe in you, and I'll see you next week.